How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to a brand new video, guys. Now, before we get into this real quick, I just want to point out my throat is totally destroyed right now. I can barely speak. It's pure pain speaking right now, but some positive things on the side though. We have a brand new PC setup, guys. We have a brand new PC that's been set up now. We built it on stream the other day and it's working fine. A few hiccups here and there, but trying to just get used to it. Somehow ended up being cheaper than my old PC, but better this year. I don't know, PCs are weird, man. But either way, ladies and gentlemen, we have new things set up now. So, you know, I'm just trying to like find all my programs, download everything from the beginning again, and try to get as many of my files over. So if you don't see videos maybe for a while or streams properly for a while, you know, that's the reason why. But at least for today, we have this. Set up OBS real quick, and I thought we'd cover this rumor that popped up a few days ago. So I didn't decide to cover this rumor straight away. I decided to wait a little bit because I didn't want to spam you guys with rumor videos right now, because I know that, you know, there's other things going on as well. So yeah, let's get into this rumor though, shall we? So starting off straight away, first of all, thank you to Cartoon Bro for sending this my way, and let's read what this rumor is about. So he starts off in the beginning here saying that the official name of the sequels are Pokemon Eternal Sword and Eternal Shield. Now honestly, those names wouldn't be too like strange. I wouldn't be too surprised about those being the names. Like genuinely, I wouldn't be that surprised. There are going to be 5 brand new Galar Pokemon in this game. That also seems like it's one of those things that that Game Freak would do, right? Like a brand new game, but they only make like 5 new Pokemon for it. Or you know what I mean? But like it seems like you know, a logical thing that they'd go for. Now the Pokédex is being expanded by 100 more Pokemon. This game has 2 new. Wait, 100 only? See, if they make a third follow-up game and don't include all the Pokemon, that's even worse than if they do make a third game and include all the Pokemon. Because that would just be like, wait a minute, you took another year or whatever amount of time of development, right? Literally just to add 100 new Pokemon? Like, that just doesn't seem correct in some way. I don't know. But, again, let's continue. This game has 2 new gym leaders, the Eternal Sword exclusive being electric and the Eternal Shield one being flying. Alright, that seems pretty reasonable. The story is being completely changed, so this isn't a Ultra Sun and Moon, but more a Black and White 2, which actually would be cool if it is true. Story info, you start in Winden and make your way down the map. The order of the gyms, what? That just sounds strange, doesn't it? Like, making your way down the map instead of up. Isn't that a little bit odd? Like, a little bit strange? How would that even work? Like, just genuinely looking at the games in Sword and Shield themselves so far, I can't see a way that would work. Like, where would you start from? How would that work? Like, how would you go from the top to the bottom? Like, I don't see how that would logically work, right? How would you be introduced to the wild area? You know what I mean? Early on. Like, I don't get it. But let's continue. So, you start going to make your way down the map. The order of the gym leaders has been mixed and matched, and their teams have been buffed and nerfed depending on when they appear. Which, I don't know if they can really mix and match them, because, don't they need to like match with their area a little bit more? I guess they don't, because if you look at like Bea and Alistair, like both are in a town that more fits Bea than Alistair, right? Like Bea makes sense in the town that, you know, that she's in, because it's like rocky and like mountainy, and I could imagine like, you know, a fighting type gym leader being there, like, you know, destroying rocks alongside like their you know, Pokemon, like, you know, or you're there with your Machop or whatever, like you're there with a few small Machamps and it's like training. Like I can definitely see that being a thing, you know what I mean? Or small Machamps, Machops, I mean, jeez, not Machamps, big Machamps. Either way, but my point is, I can imagine that there, but like the Ghost type gym leader Alistair just doesn't really fit the area to me. Like it doesn't have the same connection to the area to me. Like, you know, it just doesn't fit that well. Whereas like, I don't know, it's like it's a bit of a strange one. But then you have like other gym leaders that fit their area. So I don't know. I'm really curious how that would actually turn out. But hey, it is what it is. Now, the main rivals of the game are a new character, Ike, and Sun and Moon's Lily. See, that's where I feel like this is fake, like the most. Like, sure, this is just a rumor, but like, you know what I mean? So you should never take it with like, you know, 100% certainty that it's real. But this is where you lose me, is when you bring up Lily. I just have no, like, I feel like there's no believability the moment you drag in characters that just were in the last generation, and that most likely wouldn't be dragged into a brand new game like this. So I don't know, it seems like there's a new theme of main rivals being 3-letter long now. Okay. Lily will show up sometime after the first gym. On her way to Kanto, she gets steered off course and ends up in Galar. The only mention of Leon I've seen so far while working is him being called a legend of his time, so I don't think he will be in this game. Which I guess would be fair enough, because I mean, I guess like his era is kind of over. If you look at the actual like Sword and Shield games, right? Like the Sword and Shield games, like he's kind of done for because you defeated him. So like, you know, he's like his existence is kind of like, you know, within the games just kind of nullified. I guess like a, you know, featuring him in like, you know, like a you know, follow-up game or like a sequel game to the main Sword and Shield games would make sense, just to like, you know, so that you know, there's like a reference to like, hey, the old legend of Galar, the old guy who used to be like super strong here. That would make sense. Now, post-game content they're going to here. So the Team Rocket appears again as Team Royale Rocket. See, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. That seems like you're just rehashing what they did with Ultra Sun and Moon. Like, I'm not saying this as like in terms of the thing itself, right? Like rehashing Team Rocket, like, you know, towards Game Freak, but I'm talking more about the guy here who's writing this. He's trying to like reuse that because it's already happened once, so why not use it again, you know, but in a different context. So I don't know, man. Like that just to me, I don't know. Although from what I've seen, it's just a carbon copy of Rainbow Rocket, so we'll have to see. Other than that, there's really no post game, which wouldn't surprise me, honestly. Wouldn't surprise me, but hey, it is what it is, I guess. Now, additional info. Games will feature a graphics update, or so I've been told. Well, that would be interesting to see. The games will be $60. Of course, it will be $60. I mean, every Pokemon game from this point forward is going to be $60 always on the Switch. That's just what happens now. You know, as soon as the game's on the Switch, they, you know, you gotta get that price increase. Now, while they're here, we'll get a lot of new spawns from the 100 new Pokemon. Which, fair enough. I mean, that's logical. Team Yell are still the evil team, yet this time from the dialogue I've seen, they seem to be evil this time, trying to kidnap and hurt Marnie along with other gym challengers. Oh wait, how would Marnie still be a gym challenger? Isn't this meant to be like, that's like where this is confusing. Isn't this meant to be kind of like a sequel? You know what I mean? So why would Marnie still be involved? Like, because you've got Ike in here, that makes sense. Like a new rival, right? Like that makes sense to me. But then, like, how does the other stuff make sense? Like, I don't know, like, this is the problem with, like, Pokemon games. There's, like, no real coherency between them. Like, there's no, like, real consistent, like, thing, like, consistent thread you can follow. Which is why Pokemon, like, as a trying to, like, figure out, like, a literal, what do you call it, like, it's like a story frame for these things. It's just not that easy. Like, it just doesn't really work. Because there is no good way, no consistent way to put this shit together. So, honestly, I don't really know what to say about that. But, yeah, so generally speaking, my thoughts on this, I do think it's most likely fake. The name does make sense, Pokemon Eternal Sword and Eternal Shield, like that actually does make sense. It isn't like it's like some sort of far-fetched name that doesn't seem realistic. I can definitely see that happen. I mean, they did Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, you know what I mean? So I wouldn't be surprised if they went for Eternal Sword and Eternal Shield. Like, it actually sounds good when you say it. However, there being only 100 more Pokemon is what I would get a little bit pissed off if that was the case, like if they were to make like a definitive version, because I prefer like the one we covered in my previous rumor video, which you guys might have seen, like the one we did the other day. Gonna pop it up on screen here real quick, but the one we covered the other day, let's see, boom, right here, like these two, right, this rumor right here and this rumor right here, like these two to me, like, are like, you know, like this rumor here is logical. Like the things it mentions is far more logical and far more like appreciated than you know, where we at. Let's see. Oops, there we go. Right there. Jeez, I just jumped between like 300 things. But yeah, like that. Like this to me is far more like, you know, just, I don't know. It's like far more logical. Like it like, sorry, less logical than the other one. The other one's like makes far more sense. So I don't know about you guys, but this to me like doesn't seem that realistic. Also, like, it just doesn't make sense that the story would completely change, right? It'd be completely changed, you know what I mean? But then you've still got Marnie showing up, you know, as a rival type thing, you know what I mean? Shouldn't she be a gym leader maybe now instead? Like, wouldn't that make a lot more sense to make Marnie a gym leader than a gym challenger? And then making it so that, like, you know, Team Yell is just really toxic because they keep following after her and just making trouble inside of, like, you know, inside her gym and, like, ruining it for challengers that are coming to try to take on Marnie. Because the way he says it down here, Team Yell is still evil, yet this time from dialogue I've seen, they seem to be evil this time, trying to kidnap and hurt Marnie along with other gym challengers. See, he says gym challengers, not gym leaders. Like, her being a gym leader would make sense, but her being a gym challenger again doesn't make any sense if this is a sequel and the story is completely changed. Wouldn't you switch it out, as well as like switch out like Hop as well? like something like that, wouldn't you switch out like Hop as well? You know, because you've already done that, saying that Ike's the new leader. So I don't know what the hell they're going for here, like what the deal is, but to me, generally speaking, this all just seems way too confusing. Like, just, I don't know, like, I would definitely say this is most likely fake, though. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section down below, guys. Do you think Eternal Sword and Eternal Shield makes sense for, like, you know, and are realistic? Do you guys think that is the case? What are your thoughts? What are your opinions? Let me know in the comment section down below. Also, he doesn't really mention, like, really much of a release date or when this would pop up, but I assume this would be, like, a next year, like 2020, 2021 type thing. I don't know. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, thanks so much for watching the video, guys. If you did enjoy, drop a like down below. I'll catch you on the next one. Have a great day. And bye-bye, ladies and gentlemen.